nowadays lacks a lot of passion. You know, like you hear certain artists and it's microwavable popcorn music. And it sounds cool, but I don't know anything about you. You know,
Is there longevity
there's
within this?
no longevity. There's no depth. There's no substance.
Mm-hmm.
You know, people, they kind of just go with what's good sonically.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yo, this sounds good on the radio. This bumps in the club. But, and I'm not saying every song needs to sound like a Wale or J. Cole song. But I'm saying, like, give little tidbits of information so I have an insight on who you are, not just as an artist, but as a person. Because as an artist, you have the responsibility to have some sort of relatability.
Welcome to Kick Back and Chill. I'm your host, DNYC, and we the only show where you can kick back, relax, and have some fun on this Friday afternoon in Midtown, New York City. I'm super excited. I'm pumped up because this guy's a multi-hyphenate who's the creator of Alpha Plus. He has a lot of partnership. He's been doing a lot of things, and I'm excited to have him out here. Plus, he's a Panama just like me. Show some love for Panama da Prince. Yes, sir.
Que sopa! It's good, Panama?
Panama, big Panama love. Thank you. Oh,
God.
man, thank you. Well, Panama, how you been?
I'm phenomenal, my brother. How you feeling?
I'm feeling really good. Now, a lot of people don't know we met, I think about 3 years ago at the Google conference. Yeah, where I met Domacy and everything.
I feel like it was a little bit longer than that, though.
Yes, damn, because of COVID. I met you before COVID.
Exactly, bro. You see, they said on COVID years don't count.
Nah. But listen, I'm excited to have you here, man. I know we've been talking about this a lot. Panama da Prince. When you hear the name, you're a man of many things, a multi-hyphenate, you know what I'm saying? But just tell us, let's start off with the music, man. What made you want to get into music? I know a lot of people say they see it from their friend, but what was it about music that said, I want to pursue this?
You know what it is, man? From a very young age, just spending time with my parents and my grandmother, they introduced me to a variety of different genres, from R&B to blues, and then my brother was into rock and throwback OG hip hop. And for me, as a child, it became my best form of expression. So I didn't even do music as in the sense of wanting to be a musician, but more so it was an outlet for me to just express myself. And I just fell in love with the craft, and then when you really think about it, music is just universal. It transcends race, genders, culture, and even language barriers. There's people who could sing a whole Wu-Tang song in Asia and not even know what the words mean in English. But they could rap it word for word, you get what I'm saying? And it brings people together. And, I just fell in love with music itself. I fell in love with the craft. And, I'm just happy to be a part of this musical community, man.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, part of being a part of this musical community and really excelling within your career, you have to have a team. Major shout out to your DJ. I know he's here at the function, so major shout out to him.
Shout out to DJ Wavy in the building, man.
Yeah, talk about, major shout out to him, but talk about the importance of a team, because I'm pretty sure me and you both know, we know similar people. A lot of people try to do this music thing on their own, even as a content creator as well. So talk about the importance of a team and how can they find the right people to bring them in as value assets?
Yeah, my brother, listen, more important than just music, just doing anything creatively. Us as humans, we have such an ego about ourselves. We think, I could just do everything on my own. And can you do everything?
Choose you up.
No, for real. But can you do everything effectively on your own? Are you living up to your full potential? Because if you're juggling 5 to 10 different things, you're gonna end up being sloppy somewhere. So you have to find people that's dedicated and that's passionate about your vision as you are, you know what I'm saying? And then you gotta just divvy up the responsibility. Like me, I can graphic design. Am I the best graphic designer? No. I'll delegate that to my graphic designer. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. I can do photography. Am I the best photographer? No. So I'm gonna get someone who's more prominent and, more familiar around the camera than I am.
So pretty much it's delegating tasks on things that you're not skilled at.
Exactly. Okay. And I feel like once all those puzzle pieces come together, then everybody see the vision and, you're able to deliver the best product, just just within yourself. You don't ever really want to come up short. But we're also in the business of serving people, even with you, yo, look at this production set, my brother. This is an upgrade from what you did. And mind you, you could have been doing what you've been doing.
Yeah.
But you got a loyal following. So it's like, you know what, let's up the visuals, let's up the production.
It's all about the vision.
Exactly, bro. You know, you want to always put your best foot forward, and that's just across the board. So I tip my hat to you as well. Kudos, because I've also been following your journey.
Thank
and
you, bro.
know, and as a fellow Pana, of course, you know,
Big Panama.
You feel me? Like
Let 'em know.
I'm proud of you, my brother, for real.
Yeah. Thank you. Well, you know, speaking of music, you know, hip hop is 50 years, but unfortunately, there's not a #1 single or #1 album, right? What do you feel like is the cause of that? And how do you feel like that can change, being that we're already towards the end of the year? Do you feel like something can change?
It's kind of late in the game, to be honest with you, but I feel like, you know, as I said, take your best step going forward. And in 2024, Q1, I feel like some artists could really come out here swinging for real. You know, I feel like a lot of music nowadays lacks a lot of passion. You know, like you hear certain artists and it's microwavable popcorn music. And it sounds cool, but I don't know anything about you. You know,
is there longevity
there's
within this?
No longevity. There's no depth. There's no substance. You know, people, they kind of just go with what's good sonically. Like, yo, this sounds good on the radio. This bumps in the club. And I'm not saying every song needs to sound like a Wale or J. Cole song, but I'm saying, like, give little tidbits of information so I have an insight on who you are, not just as an artist, but as a person. Because as an artist, you have the responsibility to have some sort of relatability to your fans. You get what I'm saying? And I feel like that's what's missing.
Absolutely. I feel like, you know, I always ask this question all the time. Like, you know, social media is the biggest thing with artists nowadays. Oh, you got to make sure you focus on the following. You have to throw all this content out, right? I understand it from a content standpoint, but they're so focused on the following. I sometimes feel like if it wasn't no social media in this game, like if social media never existed, there would be an increase in artist development, and there would actually be people really in tuned at showcases. They're not on their phone, they're not talking to the person, they're not trying to grab a drink, they're really in tune. So if you hear somebody and you're just like, man, this dude is hard, I really want to rock with him, you can know a little bit about him, and then if you want to know more about his journey, unfortunately, you're just going to have to get his contact and really just follow him on a journey. I feel like that's what have really helped. Because of social media, it makes it difficult for artists to really fall in love with the process and actually make great quality music, but more so, it puts them in a position where they feel like they don't need the artist development. They don't feel like they need to conduct themselves as a professional or seek help. You know what I'm saying? Everything's just, okay, let me just throw some content out, you know, because they see a friend does it and stuff like that. So I definitely agree with what you're saying. It's like everything is all about sound and really just seeing what's really out there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, my brother, listen, back to what I said about the human ego. Like, everyone's a know-it-all. Everybody's doing it right. Nobody needs help.
Yeah.
And that's so false. And to touch more on what you said about social media, dude, I know people with 2,000 followers that's super lit in real life. And I know people with 2 million followers it's all fluff and they're corny in real life and they're not even really putting in the work. You know what I'm saying? Where they have the following, they have the numbers, but it lacks the substance, it lacks the depth, it lacks the character. Think about back in the day when there was no social media. You only seen Michael Jackson if you went to a Michael Jackson concert, or if you maybe paid whatever money to have like a meet and greet. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true.
Like, it was really something. It was a spectacle to see your favorite artist in the flesh, in person, or just at all, if it wasn't on that vinyl or CD cover.
Yeah,
Now,
I remember CDs back then.
You feel me?
You remember FYE?
Of course I remember FYE. You remember Sam Goody?
Yeah.
Come on,
Damn, we
man.
showing our age.
We showing our age, yo. Shh.
Okay. My bad.
But for real, like, now I could just hop on Instagram. I can see my favorite artists right now in real time. I know what they ate for breakfast. Like, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So as much as I feel like there does need to be that relatability, you know, from artist to consumer, it also needs to be that mystique as well, you know? Like, I need the relatability in the music. I don't need to see you walking your dog. Like, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If that makes any sense. And some people may disagree, you know, but I feel like there needs to be a fine balance. But I do feel like people need to, like, tap in just one-on-one human interaction. Dude, listen, whenever I want to conduct business, I don't do Zoom meetings. It's quite seldom I'll shoot a text message. I might call you and be like, yo, let's set up a lunch, you know, because one, certain things can be misconstrued. Second, you feel that passion of, like, what I'm talking about. And everything that I'm trying to convey comes across clearly. You know, so, like, really just tapping on people one-on-one. It doesn't really matter what industry you're in. It's super essential.
Absolutely. I kind of want to know a little if you don't mind, know a little bit about your creation process because, you know, when you came out with your latest album back in 2018, you know what I'm saying, great body of work, you know what I'm saying? But I'm curious to know, like, is it hard, you know, how long does it take for you to come up with a song or 16, if not the whole album? So how was the album process like?
My brother, I'm gonna be honest with you. I am my biggest critic.
Me
Between
too.
me and you, dude, I have about maybe 3 to 5 albums worth of music that I still haven't put out. I have songs that's going on my next project that I recorded 5 and 6 years ago. Like, and I'm just always tweaking it, adding something, taking something away, changing the production, you know, whereas I should just put it out, you know, but I need to feel it. And I'm pretty sure it's on par for the listeners at this point.
So you got a lot of stuff in the vault.
I got a lot of stuff in the vault, bro, that I'm just sitting on, but that's also a fault of mine. That's something that I also need to work on. So my creative process, I could come up with a 16 in 5 minutes. I could have a whole song completed, recorded, and mastered within a day. I unfortunately, I get very subconscious about certain things. You know, is this good enough for me to put out? You know, can I do better? You know? But aside from the artist side of me, that's the human side of me. You know, and mind you, my brother, I have a great deal of confidence across the board, you know, but when it comes to my craft, I told you, I didn't start off necessarily as a musician or doing music to be a musician. It was an outlet for me, a diary, so to speak, you know, a form of expression. So I'm very, very, like, protective over it. And of course, you got the songs like Mace Flow and Tim Duncan, which is more like that's fun and lighthearted, and you know. For
And you even filmed it in Times Square. I liked how you added your flavor.
I did that in like 4 different locations, bro. I did New York, I did Puerto Rico, LA, and I think I did part of it in Jersey. I did it like all over, bro. I did that video.
You just combined everything.
Yeah, you know. But yeah, I'm working on a whole new project now. It's almost done. It's called If Only You Knew. Probably first quarter 2024, that'll be out and ready to go.
Take a little quick break because I know you've been doing a lot outside of music, okay? So listen, my boy Panama da Prince is in the building. Got so much more to talk about, so keep it locked and stay tuned.